Hey guys, what is going on and welcome to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be comparing two makeup sponges. The first one is the original Beauty Blender and the other one is the Juno Co Rose Velvet Micro Sponge. So if you have not already, then hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon right next to it so that you're notified whenever I do upload. And now let's jump right into the video. So the Beauty Blender is something that does not need any introduction whatsoever because it has been in the market for such a long time and it has been a ride or die kind of a product for a lot of people, and even for me, I picked up this specific one way before I started my YouTube channel and I love it. So the Beauty Blender currently is available on Sephora India as well as I have seen it on Myntra. The Myntra one I'm not so sure how genuine it is, but officially it is available on Sephora India. And this specific one that I have, I picked it up from beautyblender.com. This is unfortunately a limited edition, but apart from this, every other colors are available and these retail for 200 Indian rupees. So the Beauty Blender comes in this kind of a plastic packaging, which is pretty handy because once I wash it and once it's dried as well, I store it back in the same container, and it also has this hole on top which is for the air to get in. So this is travel friendly as well. So the next sponge is the Juno Co Rose Velvet Microfiber Sponge, which looks like such a cute marshmallow and it has a butthole as well. Now I do own about 4 other Juno Co sponge which I got for Black Friday sale. It was a good deal and I picked it up directly from US, and I have done a video dedicating to the US haul video which I will link it right above. If you're interested, do check that out. So I have these already, but these ones are just the microfiber sponges and not the velvet microfiber sponges, which, if I'm not wrong, are different than each other. And once I saw this available, I went ahead and picked it up without a thought, because if you have noticed some of the Nikki tutorials video for the last 2 to 3 months, I think so, she has always used this sponge. So I bought this sponge from an Instagram makeup seller called Beauty Nation, whom I will link down below. Now the best thing about this specific Instagram seller is that they have their own website. So I do not kind of prefer DMing and doing Paytm transfers or any of the transfers. This is so much convenient for me where I can just go to their website, choose whatever I want to and then pick it up. So they do have about 100 rupees of shipping charges, and this costed me about 750 Indian rupees. So including the shipping, it was a total of 850 Indian rupees. This in the US website, however, is sold for about $6. Give or take, it's about 400 or 450. Wait. So it is roughly about 415 Indian rupees, and this seller sells it for 750 rupees plus 100 rupees of shipping charges, that is for prepaid payments, and if it's cash on delivery, it is 150 Indian rupees. Now this Instagram seller's website has a good collection of international makeup, and I have ordered about 3 to 4 times from them. They do share the confirmation, they share the shipping details. It comes to me in like about 4 to 5 business days and it is all perfectly fine. Again, this video is not sponsored or anything, it is just good shit that I want to share it with you guys. So this is how the Juno Co sponge packaging looks like, the outer packaging, and I would actually not personally prefer to put the sponge back once used or dried as well, like washed and dried. This packaging, I just kept it for the purpose of this video, so FYI. And this is how cute the sponge looks like. Trust me, I feel that this looks like a kawaii peach, and this is so cute. It also has a butthole in the end over here, so yeah, it is cute. Also, the microfiber velvet sponge is cruelty free and latex free. Now when I compare both of them side by side, the Beauty Blender is much more bouncier and softer than the Juno Co sponge. But then the Juno Co sponge, it is much more softer than the blue ones. Now let me quickly wet these sponges and be right back. Now I just wet these sponges and this is how both of them look, and the Beauty Blender has become much more bigger than the Juno Co sponge, and both of them are soft, but the beauty blender is obviously much more softer. So now moving on to the application, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hours Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 310 Sun Beige. So one pump, here we go. So this side is going to be the beauty blender side. So what I'll do is so this is the side of the beauty blender, which gives a little bit of dewiness, you know, like a natural finish, even with this full coverage foundation. And this is without any foundation. And now let's move on to the Juno Co side. So again, for this as well, I'm going to take one pump. So right off the bat, this side I feel has given like more coverage than this side, and this side looks a little bit more dewy and natural skin-like kind of a finish, wherein this side has given much more coverage and it looks much more matter, like teeny tiny bit more matte than this side. What do you guys think? And even when you look at the sponge, it has all the product on top of it, so I don't think this absorbs the product like people say, so that's good. So for the concealer, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Defined Concealer in the shade C10. So the concealer is done, and I feel that the Juno Co side has given much more coverage than the Beauty Blender side. Now for the cream contouring, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze. So the contouring is done as well. It's well blended into the skin. Now for the loose powder, I'm going to go with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder and set my under eyes and the rest of my face. So for this, again, I'm going to take a little on the sponge, coat it very little. Now for the Juno Co sponge, did the same thing. Now for the cream contouring and the loose powder part of it, I did not find much of a difference. So now let me finish the rest of my makeup and be right back. So I'm back and I finished the rest of my makeup, and I filmed another video where I did this eye look, which will come up soon. And for my thoughts about these sponges, I feel that the Juno Co sponge is perfectly affordable and does the job perfectly fine when you compare to the beauty blender. But if you are a makeup fanatic and you have never tried the beauty blender, I would highly suggest at least once you have to try a beauty blender. Now, if I'm being very nitpicky, there is one drawback to the Juno Co sponges, that is the stainage problem of the foundations. For example, this Juno Co sponge, do you guys see this? This is actually a clean sponge and it still has the foundation stain, and I have cleaned the ass out of it and it still doesn't seem to leave it. So this is what it is to do with the microfiber sponge. I'll quickly insert a clip of the rose velvet microfiber sponge as well, where there was not as much as this one but a little bit of staining problem. So that was my basic thoughts. And also I did use their own Juno Co cleansing bar, and even then the stain never went. So all in all, even with the staining problem, if you take into account the flawless application and the pricing as well, hands down the Juno Co sponge wins, because the Juno Co sponge is only 850 rupees, which includes the shipping from the Instagram makeup seller, wherein this one sold in Sephora is for 2000 Indian rupees. So I feel that the Juno Co sponge wins. So this wraps up today's video, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon right next to it so that you're notified whenever I do upload. Like the video and comment down below if you have any questions or requests. I'll try my best to do that for you. As well as follow me on my socials, which is It's Nisha Nair on Instagram and It's Nisha Nair on Twitter as well. So until the next time, take care. Bye.